Everyone. I want to talk today about what I fondly refer to as the clothing tizz, though it is not a particularly pleasant experience, and I'm wondering how many of you experience this on a regular basis. So I first became aware of this phenomenon in my 20s, and I started to notice that I would regularly have what I called a tizz whenever I had to get dressed in the morning. And it would basically involve me turning into a mini tornado, trying clothes on, flinging them away, trying another outfit on, flinging them away, and becoming really quite distressed because nothing felt right. And it wasn't every day. I seem to remember it was mostly noticeable at certain times of the month when, obviously, I'm now assuming that my hormones heightened my sensory sensitivities to the textures and the feeling of certain clothing. And it would be really difficult. It would be, half an hour every morning of me getting incredibly upset. And I'd get angry with my partner at the time because he couldn't help me choose what to wear. His opinions didn't match what I was looking for. And I think part of the problem is I didn't really understand what was causing this reaction in me. And so I didn't know how to fix it. And it was many years before I started to develop a strategy, which was to have some safe sets of clothing. So these are entire outfits that through trial and error I knew felt comfortable regardless of whatever time of the month it was. So particularly for women, our bodies obviously change throughout the month, and so clothes that fit us in one week of the month may not fit us in another week of the month, or not fit the same, because the shape changes, the size changes, the centre of gravity changes, and all of these things impact how you feel in a certain item of clothing, and it's big. And I was already aware that I've never been one to wear high heels. When I have, I've always regretted it. And so my standard footwear were winter boots, flat, comfortable, warm, Converse trainers for warmer times of the year, probably autumn and spring, and flip-flops for summer, and that was it. I didn't have any other kinds of footwear, and I had these shoes and so I've had Rocket Dog boots, the same style, Rocket Dog slopes, for it must be about 20 years now. I have them in brown and black, and I just buy new ones when they run out, when they get holes in them. Converse trainers I've got in a gazillion different colours, and I have Havaiana flip-flops, which, I first found in Brazil, and they were like £2. They were incredibly cheap, so imagine my horror when I realised they cost about £20 a pair in Britain, but they're comfortable and I like the way they feel on my feet. And so I got into the habit of just buying the same footwear in different colours, or just, new when the old ones had expired. And I've started doing the same with clothing. So it was particularly during the lockdowns in England when we were trying to homeschool. We had very upset, distressed children. We both had to work as well as homeschooling. And at the time, my dad had just received a diagnosis of dementia, and we were in the process of taking over all of the power of attorney for finance and health and welfare. We were utterly overwhelmed. And in terms of clothing, the last thing I wanted to do was think about what to wear in the morning, what felt comfortable. And I discovered this lovely, beautiful, floaty brand of trousers, which are advertised as Pilates or yoga trousers, but they're beautiful. They don't look like sportswear at all. And so I bought this pair of trousers in 7 or 8 different designs. And I realised that when it got colder, I could just pop a pair of leggings underneath them and then wear them in winter too. And I started getting these long sleeve black tops, and I get them in different weights, so some are warmer than others. They're technically thermal underwear, but they're just long sleeve black tops, and I get them in different colours, and I wear these under a series of cardigans. So when things are difficult, I revert to my trousers, leggings, comfy top, cardigan, probably some kind of scarf. And I have lots of these items that I can mix and match very easily without thinking about where all the tops are plain so that they match with all the patterned trousers. And this has changed my life enormously, and I don't like sameness. That bothers me. But equally, I need sameness in terms of clothing, because otherwise I hit the clothing tizz. So to have the same clothing in lots of different patterns and colours means that I just don't have to think about this, that I get the benefit of the comfort of the sameness, but I also get the kind of dopamine hit of all different colours and patterns and shades and things, which makes me feel really happy. And I started to notice actually that my daughter had similar issues with clothing. And so now we get these fur-lined leggings off Amazon every year. 4 pairs every winter if she's grown out of the previous year. She normally lasts 2 years with the same 4 pairs of leggings. And she just wears these every winter with a long sleeve top and her snowsuit. And that's it. And on the slightly cooler days, this is much harder to get. She has this really fluffy, soft jumpers, which I'm starting to find quite hard to find. But she doesn't like to wear layers, so it's just a fluffy jumper or a thinner long sleeve top. And I'd really encourage those of you who have children who struggle in the mornings to reduce the level of demands by letting them wear the same clothing every day. Not literally, but buying 5 pairs of the same trousers, 5 of the tops in different colours, or if they like the same colour, even all in the same colour, there's no harm in that, and it actually makes for a lot lower level of demands in the morning, so that the day starts with less stress, less demands, less need to make decisions. It just simplifies things, and it's a much better way to start your day. So if, like me, you are prone to the clothing tizz, this is a very, very helpful tip that I wish I'd found out about when I was in my teens. It was 20 years before I properly discovered the benefits of this approach to clothing. So I hope this helps some of you. As always, subscribe if you find this video helpful, or please share with other people that you think would benefit from these tips who maybe are struggling with their own sensory sensitivities or that of their children's. Have a great day, everyone.